Hey everybody. There was a lot of comments on some videos that I put out last week of me climbing the ropes with the 88-pound kettlebell and the 500-pound farmer's walk. People asked about other feats of strength that I've done over the years, and I just figured I'd use this as a teaching moment. So yeah, I included a bunch of other videos of things that I have or contests that I've done. Obviously, I don't have nearly everything, but I want everybody to understand something. What I've done in strength and physique competitions, things of this nature, this has not come easily to me. If you're under the impression that I was just born strong, you're wrong. If anything, I was born to run long distances really fast. That's one thing that I could do really well from the get-go. And in high school, I did that. In middle school and high school, I did that. I already shared my stories on that. I won the Monmouth County Invitational as an 8th grader, having barely practiced at all. I beat everybody. By the time I was in high school as a freshman, I was the #1 runner in Elizabeth throughout New Jersey. There was only one other runner in New Jersey that could beat me at all. His name was Rich Morris, and he got a full ride to Villanova as a senior. One of the best cross-country runners to ever come out of New Jersey, period. But I digress. My point is that if you look at my body, even today, look at my ankles, look at my calves, look at my wrists, look at my neck and my traps. They are small. They are thin. They are, I have very small wrists. I have very small ankles. This is what's indicative of a cross-country runner. So everything that I've accomplished, when I farmers walk those 500 pounds, when you see me deadlifting 550 pounds in competition or squatting nearly 500 pounds on my back, all of them, 165 pounds body weight, 181 pounds body weight, I was relatively light. When you see me do the Beast Challenge, that's a 106-pound kettlebell. I was 168 pounds throwing that thing around. There was only 9 people in the country, 9 people that were certified in the RKC. Remember, these are trainers. These are people who are teaching you, right? They're supposed to be the strongest of the strong. It's paying the most money for the most expensive certification, which was the RKC at the time. It was a $2,500 certification. I was one of 9 people to do that challenge, and there's over 10,000 RKCs in the world. And at the time, I was the lightest person to do it. Again, I'm not saying this to impress you. I'm not. I'm saying this to impress upon you that everything I've done, I've had to work my ass off for. And it's not because all I've done or all I've had to concentrate on is strength training. Remember, I taught for 19 years emotionally disturbed kids. I raised 2 kids. I work 7 days a week. Think about how often I'm on my feet and how much I'm moving my body and how much rest and nutrition means to me. And then all of the other interests that I have, writing these UTC manuals and writing my previous book on free will, all of which encompass behavior, nutrition, epigenetics, so much more in that book. And that's really what I want to talk to you about for a moment. There's an individual by the name of Christopher Langan who is supposed to be one of the smartest people in America. He has an IQ supposedly over 200. And I think when people hear something like this, oh, he has an IQ over 200, that immediately everything he says must just be right. I assure you that if you listen to this individual, and I'm happy to put links, he weighs in on topics like free will. And I can tell you that I can't disagree with him more. And more importantly, I can pause at any given time after certain statements he makes and completely ruin him. Now, this is somebody who claims that logic and reason is paramount for truth and all these things. Yes, I agree with those things for sure. This is not a matter of me being smarter than this person at all. What it is a matter of me spending much more time, just like in strength, just like spending years and years traveling all over the country to learn from the very best, spending the money, spending the time, working, and then climbing that ladder to stand out. Because it wasn't just about me doing the Beast Tamer Challenge. It was about me standing out as one of the best kettlebell trainers out of 10,000 to be the only master RKC on the whole East Coast, me and Phil Ross. Okay, there was 7 chosen. That's how much it takes to stand out. So I put the same passion. I've said it many times. I am way more passionate about philosophy and these things than I am about working out. So this is not about me claiming that I'm smarter than Christopher Langan. What it is, it's me being much more passionate about asking the right questions, reading the right books, listening to different details from different people who are experts, and then forming an opinion that makes sense. Now, why am I bringing this up to you? I'm bringing this up to you because I want you guys to know, and I've said this many, many times before, that asking the right questions matter. Really looking carefully at what's going on about what you want to change and what you want for yourself really matters. It really matters. So if I were to use, Christopher Langan as an example, when we look at his arguments for free will, and you look at my book, and all of the things that I bring out in that book are clearly implicated when he talks for 10 minutes on the topic, it's very clear that everything he says is absolutely in opposition to the things that I bring up. It's just a function of he hasn't thought about it well enough. Have you thought well enough about the things that you want for yourself? Meaning, it's very easy for us to say, well, I want this, that, and the other thing. I want to lose weight. I want to eat well. I want to, do these things for my kids. I want all these things. Now, you may shine and sparkle at particular aspects of your life. In fact, many of you do. Many of you are amazing businessmen or amazing moms. But there are these components in our lives that are really difficult for us. Now, just that in itself, when you look at free will, why is it that you're unable to change? It's not for lack of knowledge. It's not because you don't want it, right? It's really a matter of being able to sit down and taking something that you want and making it an absolute priority no matter what. And the amount of energy that it takes for your brain to overcome those barriers, those obstacles, and the older you get, is way higher than you believe. Way, way higher. Now, how in the world do you get to that point? Well, you could just wait for somebody to piss you off or for certain situations to trigger you into losing that weight, where maybe somebody makes fun of you or teases you, which has happened, and in fact, it's happened recently, and people lost the weight. But or maybe you have you get very sick, you something going on with your heart, your blood work. Being scared into losing weight is the wrong way to go about it, everybody. What we should be after is a lifestyle we can deal with. So when I work with people, when I coach people, I'm trying to give them things to educate them that make sense for them over time, that they can continue to do on a daily basis. Simple things. And then we build on it. We can't go further until these patterns have been put in place that make sense, right? You've solidified the groundwork in order to move forward. And this goes for everything. It goes for supplementation, sleep, food, how you set up your house, how your training regimen is. All of these things have to be in alignment with what you want. Because if they're not in alignment with what you want, you're never ever going to achieve the things that you say you want for yourself. So it's one thing to want it, it's another thing to set it up for success. And very few people can do that without being coached. Now, like I said, all the things that I've done in my life, the things I've accomplished, have been very, very challenging for me. It's not because I was genetically gifted with anything. I haven't been genetically gifted with an amazing body for strength, or genetically gifted with an amazing brain with a super high IQ. But I know that I can outlift most people even at 43 years old, that are somewhere around my body weight. I know I can argue certain topics that I'm passionate about as well or better than people with IQs that are, 50, 60, 70% higher than mine. And I'm saying this to inspire you to not just accept what other people say. You read this, you heard about that. Investigate it for yourself. Lay down the framework. You do it to you. Okay, I'm giving you guys what I've done, what I've tested on myself and on others, and that have been proven true. You do it to yourself. You see for yourself. If I do X, Y, and Z, like Tom says, does it work or doesn't it work? You have to make sure that it's done over the course of at least 8 weeks to see if something works. And if it does, you'll notice it becomes a habit, and each time it becomes easier and easier. All right? So, sorry to be so long-winded. If you like the video, please thumbs up it. But guys, I want to inspire you to make that change, make it permanent, and keep up all the great work that so many of you have been doing. Have a great day.